Hey, it's Tuesday, and here we go, guys. Facebook, guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Did I remind you it's Tuesday? Nah, not me, meatball, and that's not me. But happy Tuesday to you guys. Wow. You know, I look at my hands, and if any of you guys know me personally over the years, I suffered with eczema. I mean, to like the third power. I mean, this stuff was running my life, and literally hospitalized many times because of it, because of infections. And any of you guys get that stuff. This incurable disease, as they call it, is just that, incurable. And so the question bears itself. How did I stop this madness from my hands? Well, I kind of learned a great thing a long time ago from I'm going to feature this guy tonight, of letting go. When you stop holding on to something, your body kind of reacts to it. And so when I stopped holding on to what was happening on my hands and my body itself, stop embracing it, stop giving it power every day, therefore, in essence, it's healed. And you know, granted, I've never had this much time without it in my life this past year. So something definitely triggered that as far as letting things go in my life. And I hope tonight will help you let go, because you can't let in a new life with an old mindset. It's not going to work. I tried that, and I heard this reel that came to me today, really sparked it. It gave me about 20 minutes of show prep to get this along, because it's so powerful for you guys to understand that you can't move forward if you keep thinking backwards. I mean, that's basically the rule of life, because your body's going to react to that. And it's going to show you and remind you that you haven't let go. But this reel was really cute today. This started the whole process. It was a split screen. It was the original reel and people giving their commentary. I've been featured on many like that too, and I'm grateful for that, because people, you know, they're pointing out certain things that I say, and they put it on their website, and that's awesome. Thank you. But I'm going to read it verbatim for you. It's really, really short, really simple, but powerful for you guys to realize that, yeah, you might not have that person around, or yeah, you might not have this situation anymore, but have you let it go? And your body's going to remind you every day that you probably haven't in certain ways. And it's the stuff I work on every day. Mind you, I'm going to digress. I mean, this just pissed me off today. I went online and looked up the 100 hottest topics that people are searching for on Google. Not one, not a shit, not one on self-improvement. Not one on self-awareness, not one on self-care. Everything's all about the outside world, about buying things and this. I mean, because people have this thought that, you know, the outside world is going to dictate how they're going to feel on the inside. I can honestly tell you, true happiness, your healing only starts within. You can distract it. You can put distractions up all friggin' day long. But until you get to the root of the problem, like I'm going to mention in this reel here, you're going to realize that, wow, this is what was happening. This is why things are happening in my life. This is why money's not coming to me. This is why I'm not attracting the right person in my life. Notice how I said I. That's the key word, I. When you realize that you are the magnetic source to everything in your life. And you guys can believe it if you want to or not, but honestly, it's the only way to help me. It's the only way to help me to understand that there's something bigger than us. In other words, we're bigger than we really think we are, on a spiritual level, having this human experience. So to that reel, as I digressed and bantered on, I'm going to go about it verbatim for you guys. I read something today that said, "Are you healed, or have you isolated yourself so much that nobody's around to trigger you?" And the split screen response to that was, "Wow, I still got my peace though." That right there is a great answer. It's a witty answer, and it got a lot of likes to the video. But when you think about what she said, I still got my peace though, the question is, have you let go? And people ask me that all the time when I see them. Cheer, how did you let things go in your life? when emotionally it doesn't bother you anymore. You could think about that person and say, wow, I was with that, I learned a lot. Thanks for the blessing. Thank God you're not here. In a good way, mind you, or this situation, or whatever when you can think about your past in a non-emotional way, but a learning way, then you know you've healed it, because time doesn't heal old wounds, only you can. And that featured dude I wanted to give you guys tonight is Jay Shetty. I gotta give that. If I see this guy one day, and I know I will, somewhere in a seminar or something, I'm gonna go see him. I'm gonna give him the biggest friggin' hug, because he introduced me to a word I'm gonna introduce you: monkism. I mean, I don't know. Is that a word or not? But monkism is you adapting the habits of a monk, and Jay Shetty was a monk, and and he had the thing is, he had to be taught how to be that. He had to be taught by the elders who encumbered this kind of lifestyle. And monkism is, if you want to make up that word, I'm kind of going lingo on you guys tonight. But when you think about what Jay went through, he was trying to find himself. What he did in the process was let go of the outside world to embrace this, if you want to call it a religion or ism, whatever you want to call it, to really focus on what's going on in here. And there he found his true passion. He ended up leaving the life that he had after several years, I'm not sure if it was 3 or 4, to pursue a life of showing people how to bring out their inner monk, that person that they've always wanted to be, because everything starts within. That's when he understood about life. That's when he understood that you can isolate yourself, but if you don't find out what's going on inside to bring about what's going on outside, you're always going to be on this hamster wheel. You're going to be on this thought hamster wheel, which is going to be a reflection of your energy, which is creating your outside world. And isms like this, or whatever you want to call it, Buddhism, Hinduism, they go into that wholeheartedly. It's been around even before the life of Christ, that within you lies all the power. Within you lies the secrets that you're looking for in the outside world, but you've got to let go of the ego. I'm going to give you some acronyms to remember with the ego, and that came from Dr. Wayne Dwyer. It's called Exit God Out. When you depend on the outside world for your happiness, trying to find that soulmate, trying to find. In other words, you're always going to be looking. But the question lies is, what kind of magnet are you to attract what you're looking for? And you can only, the point being is, you have to let go of the old to allow in the new. And he said, if you don't break your ego, life will break it for you. Ego is just a big head. It's your ignorance and arrogance and not understanding who you truly are, thinking that the outside world is going to make you happy, but it really is not. The outside world cannot make you happy. It can temporarily distract you, like what they said in that reel, but I have my peace though. It can temporarily distract you, but then ultimately you're not going to be able to let go what you keep holding on to in this life. And I love what he said in his book. If you can build a muscle, you can build a mindset. That's a beautiful quote by Jay Shetty in his book, Think Like a Monk, Train Your Mind for Peace and Purpose Every Day. If you can train, the key is, we're out here training our muscles, we're trying to look good in all these facets of the outside world, but we forget about the mind. The mind has to be trained as well. Transformation is you just recoding the computer that was coded by others. It's you taking a new approach to life from the inside out, rather from the outside in. He said, I wish, this is powerful. This is a quote from his book. I wish, that's code for I do not want to change. I do not want anything differently. I do not want anything to change. I do not want anything in my life to change what is going on in my interior. To let go of what has happened to you requires you to isolate yourself. And isolate is not a bad word. It's occurring alone. It's you understanding what kind of magnet you are. It's you understanding what you're attracting in your life by what you've experienced in your past. A lot of us don't do that. A lot of us are afraid to do that. I get that, because they think the outside world's a problem. The outside world is not the problem, it's the effect. And your thought process and feeling about it is the cause. Living from that mindset, in that spiritual mindset, is going to amplify you to understand why things are happening. A mindset change. Here's a simple practice to change your mindset from what it currently is to where you want to go. Identify what you're thinking about every day and how you feel about it. Practice the new mindset that you want to bring forth. In other words, if you want to be wealthy, you have to practice a mindset of abundance. You can't have this lack mindset and wish for $1 million. You have to practice the mindset of I am wealthy. Or if you want the special person in your life, you got to attract the mindset of the person you want. You want to attract your equal. So you can't attract your old equals. You don't want that in your life. You have to become a new equal, in essence, to become a new magnet to attract that new relationship. Or else you're constantly going to be re-attracting what you don't want and saying what's happening. And you're going to shake your fists in the air and get all pissed off and isolate yourself even more and not realize that you're the magnet attracting everything to you. It's understanding your spirituality in life and what kind of energy you're emitting, your aura, your chi energy, when you realize what you're attracting in your life. And more about that book. People say this all the time. The grass is not greener on the other side. Bullshit. I love what Shetty said about this. The grass is greener where you water it. Where you put your energy, where you focus your energy, where you put your mindset is going to be that reality that you're creating. So why not? You know, a farmer doesn't dig up the seed every hour and saying, what's going on, Meatball? Are you growing correctly? He trusts the process. You got to trust the process of your new thinking, your mentality, creating the reality that you want. You got to understand what caused your triggers and what that quote's in the very beginning. You got to practice that. Most importantly, then you start seeking what you desire. So you go from identifying your magnet, are you a crap magnet? Do you always talk negatively, think negatively, criticize, complain, but yet you want a good life? You can't you can't be this hypocrite living in this paradox trying to figure out what's going on in your life when you're living basically two lives. Your inside world trying to create a different outside world. It just can't happen. Like can't attract like attracts like. The exact energy you're emitting on the inside is the exact reality you are going to create on the outside. That's why you have to identify what's holding you back. I had to identify what I was holding on to realize and cure myself from something in life that was hindering my progress to where I wanted to go, especially being in the public eye. You can't go on looking like this when you're covered in eczema, man. I had to figure out what was going on in my life and practice releasing it. Not necessarily just forgiving. Indeed, you want to forgive whoever hurt you, but you got to understand that you attracted that person to you. You've attracted that person. You've attracted the situation. You've attracted the lack. You've attracted all the things in your life. When you take responsibility for that's when clarity starts setting in. Say, wait, what kind of cell tower do I have? Am I just emitting all this negativity in my life? These are powerful questions that you ask yourself, and that I ask myself every day. If my day is not going out the way I thought it would be, I really got to think about what I thought it would be first. If I started my day bad and not realizing it was bad, thinking, oh, it's going to be great, but feeling like crap on the inside, that's what I'm going to manifest on the outside. Then you start seeking what you're looking for. In other words, you start putting a direct emphasis and energy on it. In other words, watering the grass on the other side with energy of that person or that abundance or that financial situation. You keep watering it with your imagination, that creativity that you've always wanted to bring in your life, and realize that you have the power. When you let go of the ego, you let go of this pompous, fake lifestyle that you're trying to live, and realize you're better than that. You don't need material things per se, which are nice, can come indeed, but you have to become rich on the inside to become rich on the outside. You have to become positive on the inside, completely, wholeheartedly, to attract more positive on the outside. It's amazing how the universe works. Because if you practice that, literally practice this mindset every day of creating a whole new life for yourself, it all has to start within here. It all has to start indeed with your desires. Amplify your desires. Amplify them to the third power, however way you do it. Because from that, it's going to naturally evolve into the person that you've always wanted to be. Because we've been programmed to be something usually that we're not. To conformity, to isms, and whatever else you want to call this, heritage of life that we're living. But we've been programmed to be it. By people knowingly who loved us, but that was their belief system. When you want to create your own belief system, it requires clarity by identifying what is causing the problems in your life. And this is something that people will not do. I mean, I get it. It caused me, I had to get forced to do it. And I thank my ex every day for that. Forcing me into down on the bottom feeder of the world, man. Even starfish were higher than I was. I thank her every day for that, because it made me wake up to the person that I was and what I was creating in life. I don't want anybody to go through what I went through. I'm not holding a violin playing my swan song there, Meatball. I'm trying to give you guys to understand that you don't have to go to the bottom to realize that you can go back up again. You can be right where you are. Change your thought process. Realize that you're a better person than you're emitting that kind of energy. And life's going to start responding to that. Life is going to start bringing you the most amazing life. But you have to believe it. And what I almost forgot today, it's National Give Something Away Day. National Give Something Away Day. Gerald, get your syllables correct, man. We give away that old past, man, every day. Release it. I practice this every day. I have little sticky notes right here. And every day, it may sound trivial or juvenile to you guys, but I write down what I want to let go every day, crumple it up, throw it in the garbage can. That's just my practice. Amplifying what I don't want here anymore. Lack of stress, or I let it go, I let it go, I let it go. This is what journaling has done for me. It's helped me script a new life that I follow every day. However way you guys do it. My buddy Kurt with Americans Talking, that we do our show every week, which we'll do this week as well. He practices a mirror technique. The mirror technique is you're looking at your soul, your eyes are your soul, and telling it what you want to bring and how to act and how to feel. Learning how to have this amazing collaboration with self is going to change everything for you. It's going to bring a whole new life into your reality, into your existence. But you have to start feeding it and stop looking to see if it's going through that gestation period. Is it ready yet? Am I going to get what I want? Just be the part. Let the universe do the rest. Be that best you, and watch all good come back to you, because now you become more observant. So the 3 steps again: mindset change. Identify what's going on in your life. Identify why you keep attracting. Not why is life happening to me, but what kind of life am I bringing through me? What am I sending out to bring back in my life? Practice what you want to bring in your life, whether it's wealth, that person, a better situation in your relationship. What would make it better? And start practicing that internally, and externally it's going to start happening in your life. What are you lacking? What are you focusing on that you're lacking in your life? Powerful questions that you have to ask yourself. Powerful scenarios that you're setting up, collaborating with your inner self every single day. You don't have to go on this banter back and forth where you're driving yourself nuts and futs. When you reach clarity, you reach peace. You reach who you are. You'll understand the person that you've always wanted to be, and finally start seeking it. How do I seek what I desire? I write down my situation. I write down, I orchestrate on paper the life that I'm bringing every day. And guess what I bring to myself? Guys, this is just a simple reflection. When you start reflecting on what's going on in your life, you're going to realize what's coming back in you, because what you're reflecting on is just coming back to you. The mirror effect. What you see is what you get. Remember that, guys. So happy Tuesday to you. Hopefully this helped. America's Mentor _radio on Instagram, at America's Mentor on X, the porn and politics website of the world, hashtag America's Mentor on YouTube. Really consider Jay Shetty's book, because he goes deep within. And this guy, imagine sitting there, for hours and saying not a damn thing. just focusing on your breath and your thoughts and realize what's coming out. He trained himself how to rethink. He recoded the computer in such a drastic way by what he did. You don't have to do it that way. You can do it a few minutes every day, because that few minutes is going to gain a few more minutes and a few more minutes. So from unnatural to natural. That's the key. You want to set a new default mode on your internal computer to naturally bring you where you want to go. So enjoy your Tuesday, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.